Alright, so I've got to spin up round 2 in the bracket. Our winners were Poofed, Deep Blue, Maximaldi, and Phoenix. Let me let Phoenix know and let Poofed know that we'll go ahead and... Well, actually, I Deep Blue I just got out of a match, so we'll let Phoenix and Poofed go first and give Deep Blue a chance to just kind of relax after that match. Then we'll pull up Phoenix's list and we'll take a look at those cards as well.
Are you just creating the second bracket? There we go.
It has just been put live.
And that means the people that are playing now against each other are the ones like Deep Blue versus Maximaldi are both players that won the first round, and Phoenix and Poift are the ones that have won their first round, right?
Correct.
Yeah. And that way, like this tournament, like this, 3 rounds Swiss is really comparable to a single elimination bracket. So the person, because we have 8 players, 4 will win. The next round, 2 will win and 2 will lose. And so those will face each other, and then in the end we will have 1 winner. So it's kind of comparable to that. But for everyone who has lost in the first round, they still have a chance to make second place, because in the end, for the rounds, there's only 1 person who can win every round. But there are a lot of players that will be able to win 2 times. So that will be probably decided by the tiebreakers then.
Yep. So let's go ahead. I'm pulling up lists here. I've got... Oh, whose lists are these? Go figure, I don't remember. This is Phoenix's lists. So he's bringing a fairly typical Goblin Scout, a fairly typical Goblin Assassin, and then a Tribunal Control. Then opposing him, we have Poofed's lists, which are the ones we saw before, the Sorcerer, the Ebonheart, and the Dominion lists.
So if I'm looking from Phoenix side, he's playing the Scout, Goblin deck, Scout, Assassin, and then Tribunal. Yeah, control, but also mostly big creatures. So it's kind of like a mid-range control hybrid.
Yeah.
There's no Bounce Wrath, for example. There's just 1 Ice Storm, so that is more like a mid-range list, actually.
Okay, if we're gonna call it mid-range, it's on the slower end of mid-range.
Yeah, definitely. Like it's both. It's like a hybrid list, definitely. There's Vivek too, and lots of guards. So it's kind of like a blocking deck, but lots of creatures. So not that a typical control list. Like control usually has also a lot of spells or
how much of that was, well, I'm going to bring 2 goblins, then I'm going to bring 1 deck that beats goblins. Just trying to think through how he queued them up.
Yeah, maybe. I hope I'm looking at the correct list, but I think that is the right one. And then, what would you ban from your opponent? So I do think his aggressive decks can defeat the Sorcerer, probably being faster than... the aggro deck will probably be tough. That Ebonheart deck is kind of probably not what you've tested. And then what I personally, when I'm playing aggro decks, I don't really like Dominion. There's often a lot of prophecies, and there's also a lot of drain, which makes it really hard to push the damage with your aggressive decks. So I'm often ending up banning Monk or Dominion, actually, because I find them a little bit tough to calculate what my opponent is playing. There's a lot of nasty stuff like Monk Strike or such like that, and yeah, a lot of healing. So I find that tough. But this deck doesn't have that much healing, at least. And well, 13 Prophecies.
It looks like the ban ended up. I just refreshed it, and we have the bans in.
Oh, okay.
Phoenix's Tribunal got banned, and Poof's Ebonheart got banned. So we are going to get to see, unless Sorcerer 2-0s the Goblins, we are going to get to see the Dominion list played.
Yeah, and I think it makes sense that you are banning the more aggressive list against your aggro list. You don't really want to be outrun, so I can see that. So let's.
We've got the Sorcerer coming out swinging first versus the Scout variant of Goblins.
Yeah, it makes sense. Hoyft has won his first round 2-0, and so he is, just being on a roll and playing that game, that deck some more. Oh yeah, I like this. Gets a good trade here. Phoenix and... yeah, so Phoenix does have a more defense. So Skin Town, like Skin Town, but then another traitor.
Interesting.
Dragon. And Hoyf doesn't have a really slow hand now. The both sorcerers come out. Raviat and Taviar. Those like Island of Madness people.
Let's see. Here you negate the guard, take your trade, Trespasser Dagger.
Yeah. Maybe you don't play the dagger because you might want the flexibility.
Yeah, well, I was thinking dagger if you were opposing Mournhold. He opted not to oppose, so moot point. He seems to be setting up saying, hey, I can race this and I can win that race.
Yeah, that Raviat will definitely slow down the aggression. One turn.
Yeah, briefly.
And wow, Mentor's Ring can be nice.
If you can find a cheap 2-drop, well, I'd say a cheap 2-drop, a Warded or a Drain 2-drop to combo next turn, you'll be able to use your Ring Charge with it.
Yeah, I mean, you do have that, the Raviat maybe is still out there. And might still have the ward. Sadly, he's not able to kill the...
I say, if you're going to play Taviar, I guess he's looking like he wants to oppose the Mournhold. I guess he's deciding.
That's a bit awkward to do.
Alright, Sheer Point and a Curse. Sheer Point can eat Ravat.
That Sheer Point is strong against the Raviat.
Ravat, yes.
Yeah, I'm always confused with these two, like swapping names.
Yep.
Oh, Shadowfen not too bad against the Sheer Point.
Yeah.
Get rid of the...
It at least turns off the active effect of Sheer Point. So we're going to see Phoenix switch to aggro here. Yep.
It's able to push a lot of damage. Can, get, like, take over the whole field lane, has Cliff Racer and 12 damage, then next turn... Well, he still doesn't have lethal yet. That's sad. And Gatekeeper can shut
or would shut it down if it weren't for the Leaf Lurker sitting in hand.
Yeah, or Sigh and Curse, and then trade with one of your...
That could work if you're willing to get rid of a guy, but I kind of like the idea of keeping the board intact. And then next turn you've got Tazcad, so even if he tries to find a way to clear your board,
test pad is always nice. Yeah, this looks pretty much over. There is so much damage coming through, and there was an ice storm, and even if there was, not winnable.
Yep, knowing what's in hand.
Even Nargleaf and Wardcrafter, which could maybe sometimes be a save when there's just one lane. But you're blocking one lane and then you're dead to the other.
Yep. I think Poof's just going through the motions, playing his deck out.
Yep. So, well, he will have to switch to his other deck, the Dominion list now. And
well,
we gotta see.
We wanted to see it.
Is a little bit similar to Empire in a way, but also it has the value in Alfiq Conjurer, so that is a really good card. So yeah, I'm interested how this goes on. So now we have Goblin Scout versus Dominion.
Yep. I can't help but feel that the reason you're running the Dominion is so that you've got the extra drain and trying to beat aggro lists with it. So this is kind of the whole reason you've put, in my imaginary world of, whose mind would it be? In the imaginary world of Poof's mind, this is the reason you run this list. To fight down the aggro lists. So you're just like, alright, Dominion, you've got one job, just do it.
But yeah, Goblin Scout is a really versatile deck.
It's very true.
It can definitely kill you. Well, it's nice for Proof here to have that Crown Watermaster. It's not that great that there is no follow-ups to turn 2.
Yep.
So he has to play that dagger, and yeah, I mean a 3/1 off. So
Corner Club comes down and pitches. Oh, it looks like he's playing Initiate. Alright, that's fair. I'd be worried about a curse effect preventing you from trading, which we might see him ring out a Scourge to do.
So next turn, actually, he can play Varen, and he gets the Prophecy here, which is great. And yeah, probably just give that, like the Initiate some extra health. But she will die to the Goblin, because that Goblin has extra damage late. Okay, so there's the curse, and the curse is killing the 2/1. No, okay.
No, looks like he's just forcing the double trade.
Yeah.
Alright, so Varen's the play here.
I understand. So how is Phoenix? Well, has double Murkwater Guide. I do like to play it and then Shadow Shift. Like sometimes you're able to get one of those curses.
Oh, would have been nice.
Yeah. He also was able to trade it and get 2 actually, but he used his Mono Traitor instead.
Yeah, just figured take the advantage.
Alive. Yeah, because like Varen usually trade into the traitor, trade into the traitor anyways.
Yep.
Now Corner Club Gambler also comes out.
Pitch Wilds.
Yes, Phoenix is preventing that. I like that play. Shackling the Scourge so that Phoenix is not able to get double curses or even, yeah, like in this case, triple curses, but he's able to overwrite. No, he won't use it. And the Divine Fervor is very good. Cloud Rest also very nice, gives some more free trades here. So yeah, Poft is coming back here.
We'll see if he could survive the Sheerpoint Sai Sahan follow-up. That's probably going to be the next 2 plays. Because those are going to do a very good job of basically shutting down the board. You just go ahead and throw your Corner Club into that, right? Well, you throw Varen into it, just keep the 1 extra health, because that puts a creature outside of sheer point range.
Yeah, I kind of like playing Cloud Rest and then another creature, but this way you're also getting 2 creatures out. So probably Varen is getting killed.
That would make sense. It sets up...
Oh, okay. Or that way.
It sets up for a Sai-Sahan next turn.
Well, so Phoenix could have actually killed creatures. The Guard and Curse. Varen. Now this, the Divine Fervor makes it a bit tougher to kill, like clear the whole board. But yeah, Sai is still...
We'll see where this kind buff goes.
Yeah, maybe on Varen.
Yep. So Sai-Sahan trade.
Oh my god, she appointed to
beautiful!
Oh, that is not beautiful, that is nasty. Oh my god. These goblins, when they are getting help from powerful whatever that is.
Whatever it is, people. Humans.
Yeah. Yeah, and dragons. Like.
Oh, okay, and dragons, fair.
Yeah.
I do want to know how the goblins domesticated a dragon.
I guess we should listen to those, to the goblins and see. Maybe they are reasonable.
They're actually... I know one of the D&D games I ran that threw people the most is I had the goblins be the civilized empire. And everyone else was just uncivilized. No keywords for Anasi to steal.
Yeah, it's not particularly a keyword deck. So he is preventing Poist from healing, and gives him a good trade into the sheer point.
Yeah, so Alfiq.
Yeah,
Mournhold takes the trade, you then bump, so you still have lethal. If you're Phoenix.
Yeah, you can't use the
Oh no, because he gets the buff. Never mind.
Yeah.
I forgot.
So it's kind of tough.
Oh, then you just top deck Leaf Lurker.
Okay, yeah, that worked.
It's easy. Easy.
Yeah, that's how the deck works. So, oh yes, we don't know if Phoenix has won his first game already, but
all right, so that's going to then take Phoenix 2-0 for it.
Yeah, like yes, we did see that deck.
Yep, you're starting to. I'm osmosising to you my mud crab memory, completely forgetting what I've already done.
So yeah, Goblin Scout is definitely a tough deck to beat.
All right, so let me go queue up that. Oh, wait a little bit. We'll look at the lists for the other 2 semi-finalists. That's going to be Deep Blue and Maximaldi.
But yeah, this was pretty quick.
Yeah, we're moving pretty fast. I'm pretty content with that.
Oh, there seems to be an issue with the disconnection or something.
I think they didn't realize I had already put them on hold. But it's good.
Okay. Okay.
We'll go ahead and pull up display capture, and we will take a look at their lists.
Mm-hmm.
So Deep Blue's lists, he is running Guildsworn, Tribunal, well, the band's already in, Empire, which was banned.
Yeah.
So the 2 remaining ones are the Tribunal. Oh, we looked at that. That was the mid-Tribunal type build. Or at least it looks so remarkably similar to the other mid-Tribunal build that I'm just assuming we've looked at it already.
Yes, this is a bit different because there's no Ice Storm at all, so it is,
that is true.
Definitely a bit more mid-rangey. There's a fork. So,
gotta have proper silverware.
But there's still a lot of guards, but also not the 4, cost 3/6 with Drain and Breakthrough, the Dagon Seducer.
Oh, yeah.
That card was in the other deck, so I think this deck is a little bit more on the aggressive side, while that other deck was still more defensive.
Yeah, I agree. Moving over the Guildsworn.
I like this even hard list. Looks very clean. Just 1 Wilds Incarnate. The defense of Boomer is very, very strong. And yeah, it's not that easy to find the right balance of playing 5 attack creatures. And yeah, you do have the Divine Fervor as well. But yeah, it can be definitely hard for 5 health creatures. Can be hard for Deep Blue to get the defense of Boomer sometimes.
Oh yeah, because of the health.
Yeah, there's a lot of creatures that have just 4 health and not 5. So that will be interesting. But he does have the Oathman and Divine Fervor. So once one of these is has resolved, it should be definitely easier.
Yeah. The Guildsworn looks to be relatively similar to a Battle Mage, just running the mid-range from yellow. Single copy of the Guildsworn Oathman. I think it looks pretty nice, running some Drain via Ravenous Hunger. Running the new Dragonfire Wizard card. Well, there we go.
Yeah, that card is interesting. It's a really good control card that you get the healing and the damage, and it just costs 1, so when Wizard is surviving a few turns, you're getting some really crazy comeback spells that you can
See, you put it down as a control. I'd almost put it as an aggro card, because you just send that damage face. And it's beautiful.
Okay, but you're getting the healing. I don't know.
That's true.
It's more of a control card. Also,
okay.
a 3 cost 2/3 is not really what control wants to play. It's like bad stats for a 3-drop.
That's fair. But that just means your opponent isn't removing it, and they're focusing on your other things. But I don't run it in typical aggro. When I run it, it's in a Dominion aggro, so you've already got a lot of drains and pings and last gasp betray effects, so having the last gasp there is potentially useful if you use it on, say, a not drain blood.
Yeah, but
I don't remember the name of the card.
We can see Unstoppable Rage, so that Guildsworn Oathman is potentially giving you a breakthrough item.
Yep, as long as you have 1 red on board.
For getting 1 turn lethals with Unstoppable Rage. There's a Vigilant Giant, there is Ancano, there's Belligerent Giants that all have breakthrough, so that's kind of nice. There's Ravenous Hunger, so this is definitely more of the defensive list too, where he is trying to survive, playing those Great Vipers and Initiates to just slow your opponent down.
Let's go ahead and look at Mox Maldi's lists. Mox Maldi's Tribunal was banned, leaving yet another Guildsworn, and the first Halalu we've run into today.
Oh, interesting.
We'll start with the Guildsworn. Remarkably similar list, just a little bit more of the top end. Isn't running the new card. It has the Return of the Seducers, also a triplicate of Rage, but a Marak, because sometimes you just need a Marak.
Sometimes you just need your opponent creatures, yeah. Yeah, Double Ice Storm is a bit different. I think that Deep Blue didn't.
Yep, there were no Ice Storms that I recall over there.
No Ice Storm is Cradle Crush, and
he's more teched against like a token or a wide list. And then lastly, the Halalu Running Sill, Duchess of Dementia. I don't think that card sees enough play, so I'm glad to see it as his top end. But otherwise, it's a fairly low to the ground Withered Hand Cultist, Divine Fervor, Halalu list, with top deck Firebrands for added insult.
2 Mercenary Captain for some extra attack, and the Orclan Captain, 5th Legion Trainer to get it done. Candlehearth, always a nice card. 5 health, is usually able to trade well, and then be an annoying guard in the way that can sometimes protect you with it. Hand Cultists, for example, keep them around another turn.
Yep. Alright, let's see. I've already told them that they can start, so let's go ahead and queue up.
Yeah, they haven't started yet, but maybe
oh, they should be getting in here soon. They just got my message. So with the bans, which decks are we starting with for our opponents? Honestly, I might just say, if I'm either player, you obviously think that your Guildsworn deck is superior to your opponent's Guildsworn deck. So therefore, you also believe that your Guildsworn should be able to beat your opponent's deck that's going wide and playing aggressive. Or, well, the other option's Tribunal, and Guildsworn control loses to Tribunal control. You can correct me if you feel it's the opposite, but I feel Tribunal's greedy enough that it's able to close the games out better than necessarily Guildsworn is going to be able to do.
So yeah, the Tribunal is banned, though, and the...
Oh, was it?
The Empire
Tribunal is not banned for ID Blue Eye. Sorry, I forgot to say players.
Yeah. So...
Well, we are actually in-game.
Yeah, I think I like playing the Tribunal first. You should have a good shot against Guildsworn, and you should definitely be able to beat the Halalu.
Maximaldi's Halalu already having a pretty rough start. So he's got and he's fidgeting with the cards, clearly unhappy. Orc Clan Captain, Corner Club.
Oh, yeah.
But then has his Wilds Incarnate and a Fervor already in hand. He was debating whether or not he should bring out the Orc Clan Captain, decided not to.
And well, Deep Blue is comfortable playing the Guildsworn and has a good start 2-drop into 3-drop Daggerfall Mage. Usually a boss in the field lane, so yep. showing the Halalu what's up there. But yeah, after that, the hand is quite clunky, and yeah, Maximaldi is forced to play the Gambler now, and to hopefully get a better start, and did throw that Wilds Incarnate away because that is just too far away.
Yeah.
So does Deep Blue have an easy way of buffing the Daggerfall Mage to kill that Gambler?
Not in hand.
Yeah.
Black Dragon looks like its next turn.
So Withered Hand Cultist is definitely a good card against control. But maybe... Let's see how many spells are there. Actions 21? Yeah, well, should still be good. You might want to maybe save it for a good turn that you have later. But no. No, he's playing to his outs. This seems correct. You just want to develop a lot of stats and go face.
Yep.
Early. And yeah, he's also setting up 3 creatures. He wants to play that Orcan Captain next turn, or a Divine Fervor, like one of each. Maybe Orcan Captain and Eastmarch Crusader.
Alright, his turn passes, picks up a Seren Pawnbroker.
I mean, it is worth it to maybe get rid of the Daggerfall Mage. So Deep Blue has not attacked.
Clanfear Runt's not a bad pickup. It's an extra body you can put on board and buff with Fervor next turn.
Yeah, but where? Like, if you play it into the field lane, it just dies to Bruma.
Well, next turn play it.
Yeah, play it when you play the Fervor too, but then it can't attack immediately. That's sad. So yeah, decides to get rid of the Daggerfall Mage so that the Black Dragon can't
Apprentice pull.
Playing the Withered Hand Cultist here. And that is a very good prophecy for Deep Blue.
Yep. Trades it in, then he can actually get rid of all the Withered Hand Cultists. Forever and ever.
They will be gone.
Chad is currently getting a face full of Farkas nose as he's going up and sniffing the camera.
Yes, but how is Maximality's next turn? If he's playing Divine Fervor? Ooh.
Interesting. I would have thought he would have tried to play to keep Bruma alive. Instead opted... I mean, if the guard holds, which it's looking like it will, from any in-hand removal, you're going to be getting a trade. And if he fervors, you've got the 2-1 there to get the trade the next turn. So just kind of playing around the trick.
Mm. Yeah, he can also Cloud Dress, which looks nice too. But yeah, tough turn. Like there's a Crusaders, which is nice.
Really need more cards though.
Yeah. Rapid Trot is there, so it's easy for him to trade into the Gambler and get. But yeah, probably we see the Orca Captain played and maybe even the run.
I could see both.
So yes, this was an awkward trade because it would have been better for to like put the effect on the guard, trade with the Gambler into it, and then use the 2/2 Orcan Captain to trade into the 5/2. That way you have a 4/3 Gambler still unaffected. But yeah, it's just a tiny technical thing, but this actually allows people to trade and play Elfie Conjurer, which otherwise would have been the case. Because then he would have needed to deal 3 damage. So definitely is impacting the game. But yes, Divine Fervor is quite nice here, and he is able to also Shadow that Cloud Rest over and do some different trades here. I would probably trade it here into Elf Conjurer with Cloud Rest and then use the runt that
to clear the Atronach.
To clear the Atronach and then keep that Orcan Captain alive to buff my future creatures.
Agreed. Oh, throws away the Orc Clan Captain. So we're going to see Belligerent Giant come down and clear Fervor then, I guess?
So yeah, I think he was not thinking his turn through fast enough. He played the Fervor and immediately did do the trade, and then he realized afterwards that he does like to play that Shadow Shift too.
Yep.
And there goes the Fervor, and now your Runt, which could have cleared a 5/3, is now 1/1.
It's a vicious 1/1 though. It's very vicious. It's gonna bite his face off. 1 point at a time. 20 turns later, we've got lethal from Runt.
Okay. Well, it can be buffed up again. There's a Dawnbreaker. But yeah, wants to draw a card, and Maximality is out of ring charges, but still, and Stormcloak is a nice play for next turn. I wonder if we see Ancano here, or if there's a better play. Is there some?
I think he was hoping to draw into a Skaven, but now it looks like Dragonfire's probably going to be coming down, and Harpy locking the 4/2.
Yeah, there we go. Dragonfire. It's definitely nice. Play it earlier so that you get more health on spell.
Yep.
Dawnbreaker. But yeah, I kind of would like to keep that Dawnbreaker hidden.
It's a nice surprise.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, well, your opponent can overwrite that Dragonfire Wizard, but if you just ignore it, they might never get the spell.
True.
Maybe you're hoping for that?
The Nords must take back Skyrim.
Clears the 2/1 here, probably, but is not playing the suit.
Ooh, that's a nice pickup.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
If there's one card I hate playing against that isn't Invade or whatever, it's Saran Pawnbroker, because invariably they'll pull Suppress or Lesser Ward and it'll mess me up.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things that that she can pull, and sometimes it's awesome. Like you might have a lot of little guys, and your opponent has a 5/5 hidden in the shadow. If you're getting Fire Blue, it's awesome. Then you can clear all the rest of the guys, and then just like Fire Bloom that 5/5.
Yep.
Very nice. Or often there, like long ago, I did the math before the new 0-cost cards in the invade set. But there was a lot of things that actually gave you +1 attack. There's the dagger that puts daggers in both lanes randomly.
Yep.
There is the -1/+1 for you, and the healing and +1/+1. So there was actually a lot of ways sometimes to find with Pawnbroker really consistently, because there were a lot of chances to get that +1 effect. And there was also fire, firebrand that you can get, the 0-cost charger, and that was kind of nice.
There was a lot, yeah. I want to say even during our one of our qualifiers, somebody missed lethal because they didn't roll with Pawnbroker, and they did roll one of the +1 attacks.
So yeah, I would always try that, because I did calculate that there were a lot, like it's more than a 50% chance. But now with the new cards, there have been a lot added, like the run that we saw, and other cards that not immediately give you +1/+1. So that kind of sucks.
Dive Rock Fall. Great pull when it happens. You're just like, thanks. Never using this.
Well, here Maximality is able to shift over the 2, and then the 3/1 is already silenced, afraid of the health gain. He can just like play double 5th Legion Trainer and flow, but this...
Another Guildsworn Apprentice.
No, that's not that important, but he has to be scared of that rage, and then we'll also get an extra 3 damage to the face lane from the Soul effect, the lane effect there. So that is definitely quite some damage that you're seeing.
If Deep Blue pulls Rage, he's safe, because he'll be able to Crusader's Assault Rage. Otherwise, he's in a pretty bad spot.
Oh my god, Crusader's Rage would be super nasty.
Yeah. How are you dealing with the Bolt then? So you could Bolt, Cradle Crush, Execute, trade both your creatures into Sill, execute the 2/3, Bolt the 7/5. Cradle Crush just leaves a 1/1 5th Legion Trainer in the lane.
Yeah, that sounds good. So it seems like we are seeing that one. Cradle Crush, always a strong play. And now it will be important to see if Deep will trade into the forest well and give Maximality an extra card.
Decides yes, he will.
There we go. And then we have 14 damage for Deep Blue plus Ancano. That is exactly 19. So he has set up.
And Maximality is just 3 points off of lethal. He's got the 5th Legion. Now he can clear the Cradle Crush, because Shining Saint will pull it out of Shadow Lane, or out of Shadow. And then he can kill it with the Candle Hearth.
He can clear the Vigilant Giant.
Yeah.
And is it? No.
The reason I like clearing the Cradle Crush first is...
Clearing Cradle Crush is better, actually. Probably.
Yeah, I like it because it leaves one of your creatures alive.
But this is... No, Shining Saint can be played in the field lane. Yeah, I like it to not run into a rage, even though you kind of know that there is no rage, but he can always top deck it, so if you can play around it, then you probably should. Yeah, I would have forgotten about the effect that gets rid of the here, and also keeps that Cradle Crusher, that Candle Hearth alive. So takes an extra 3.
So doesn't have any draw.
Yeah, so he needs...
Can pull a 1 ping.
He has 7, actually. He has Crusader's Assault and Arcana. So is there 1 extra damage?
Not that he can play due to his Magicka.
Yeah. Yeah, if he only had that knife, something.
Yeah. So how much do you say, well, I can't stop... Well, theoretically, he could stop his opponent from lethal if we saw a...
Arcano on the Candle Hearth, right?
That would work as well if you're not... Well, you're going to be giving him a card regardless. Other option would be getting the Guildsworn Oathman down and making sure you have blue so you pull the Forked Bolt and dealing 1 damage to break the Candle Hearth there.
Maybe put Ward Crafter on your Giant, and then... There we go. Gets the extra effect, so he also gets the item for Raging. That would be an extra damage, and is setting up lethal for next turn. But we know that there's Orkan Captain buffing all the creatures, and that is...
Also picked up a Cliff Racer.
So is there... Oh, yeah, okay. So it seems like my game has a slight delay.
I am a Farseer.
Even able to skip the route. Here's 7 attack Cliff Racer. Running over that golden girl. Out of my way.
That was a very well played first round.
Yeah. Wow, that was a lot of back and forth. I'm a little bit sad that I'm not able to see your chat. So hi everyone, I'm sorry that I can't. Welcome.
There has been all of the jelly love in chat. I think Pia Maria says hi. I'll go ahead and read that off. Haven't seen Jelly. Oh no, she hadn't seen you before, or hadn't seen you in a while, but she's happy that you're here today.
Oh.
Says that you're being a great host. For those of you who don't know, Jelly streams on Twitch, and is an amazing streamer. Sadly, I can't see them most of the time, because she is over on the European time zone schedule, while I am over here on the US time zone schedule. Alright, they're going into round 2.
We also stream at the same time.
That is true.
Also...
On the rare occasion when we would be able to make each other's streams, that happens. Alright, so Deep Blue has his Tribunal out, now versus Maximaldi's Lalo.
And Maximaldi's hand is very clunky.
It's special. There's some very special things going on here.
I mean, you're not that sad to have the Cloak and Dagger to activate the Halalu Sharpshooter, but that is still some turns away. He doesn't have the ring now, and yeah, this is looking awkward. Penitus Oculatus Agent is able to steal the ward from Wardcrafter, so that is at least a little bit.
If it's not clear that also with Dagger removes the Mammoth as a favorable trade.
Yeah, with that Dagger.
Deep Blue says, yeah. I saw the double card trigger. I know what you've got.
And he is still the control deck in this matchup. Halalu is obviously the aggro, but has drawn so badly that it appears they are playing control and defending themselves against the big cards from Deep Blue here.
Well, Deep Blue seems to be pivoting, saying, I'm going to aggro you, throwing away the Edict rather than saving it for a Fervor.
Yeah, it's also his only play for that turn, because he was using all his charges already, and that was his only forecast card. But then look at his hand, like, he can decide between playing a Piercing Javelin if Maximaldi is playing just one big guy, or playing the Phalanx Exemplar.
True. I still kind of relate to the sometimes it's better to play nothing if you don't have any good plays, especially if you're control, just sit back and enjoy it.
So, yes, here if Deep Blue... So it's tempting to use the breakthrough and then do it, but yeah, it's also tempting to just get the healing done, and a great decision here from Deep Blue. The Halalu Sharpshooter was able to just outright kill the Emperor's Blade, and so that was a very good decision. Now Double Withered Hand Cultist comes down.
What Double Withered Hand Cultist tells me is, cool, my opponent can't play actions now.
Yeah, I mean, these 9-cost Piercing Javelins are suddenly not that great anymore.
Careful there, friend. I smell the stench of the living.
Protects the guard with another ward, and yeah, those cultists look a bit sad. Like, they cannot really trade.
You can get...
Mercenary Captain might be able to do something. No, not really.
Well, you can bypass the guard with the Sharpshooter. You just need to decide what you're playing first, whether it's going to be a Orc Clan Captain, but buffing to 4 really doesn't matter. So I think I like the Cloak there.
Yeah. So it does seem good. You can get rid of the creatures.
I mean,
but
you're still dead on board.
Yeah. Ew. That is true. And I'm not sure if there is a prophecy that can mend this mess. Let me check. Well, there's Cloud Rest.
That would do.
So there's 2 Cloud Rest, but no prophecy for Maximality. And
what a world we live in.
Next game.
Tribunal aggro's down Halalu.
Yeah. It sometimes happens. The ring does wonders. Ring and curve.
Yeah.
Definitely special.
No, the dead draw early on was just too much to overcome.
Yeah, I was saying, like, 3 cost 2 3s is not what an aggro deck wants to run usually. So
yeah,
he got screwed by that. Like, those Halalu Sharpshooters on their own early game, they are not that great.
Yeah. And we saw that his opponent, actually, they were expert in saying, hey, I'll take the trade, so that even if they have one of those, they're not going to be able to use it to buy themselves some more tempo to get into the game. But alright, so now the Guildsworn comes out versus the Tribunal, and this is where I was saying I think the Tribunal's favored.
I find Guildsworn definitely scary. And
the rage is a bit unpredictable, because you can think you're fine, and then you're just not.
And you kind of have the same cards. Like, sometimes the Guildsworn can just be a bit slower, faster, and just maybe a little bit more effective. But oh wow, that top deck executing.
Beautiful, beautifully done.
Yeah, one of my favorite things. But the only annoying thing is that is the only thing that you're doing here. So it is a tough decision. You could always just play Daggerfall Mage into Shadow Lane, but that's all what you want to do. Not really a good thing. So let's see if Maximality can do the same and pull. No, has already the card, so no execute for Maximality here.
I'm gonna go ahead and just use Phalanx or Javelin.
Oh my god, a Javelin is...
It feels bad. Alright. Beautiful Dawnbreaker value here.
That is an awesome Dawnbreaker. He doesn't have to think a lot of time, a long time. Just swaps it onto the Daggerfall Mage. 6/6. Javelin is taking care of that. But yeah, for Deep Blue, he's looking at that Wilds Incarnate next turn, and Maximality is no position to threaten the health total at all. And then there will be Alfie Conjurer and the Atronach and the Wilds Incarnate, so that's pretty rough here.
So he's going to risk playing out the Breton Conjurer without an immediate trigger, hoping his opponent doesn't have an answer. Is it worth spending an Edict to get rid of the 5/5?
This one is in no mood for you.
It's maybe worth it to
it's all you're doing because you don't have a 3-drop to pair with it. So maybe you just say wilds, I go down a card advantage, but I'm already playing 2-for-1s, so...
Yeah, I think Wilds Incarnate looks great.
Deep Blue disagrees?
Well...
I think both were okay.
Yeah, both is great, and he can... Like, it depends. Deep Blue is not running Divine Fervor in this list. No, it doesn't make sense. It's not a token list, so...
he is keeping the Mighty Conjuring off getting played, so you gotta respect that as well. Though I guess you could have ended up using the Edict to get rid of a Mighty Conjuring, so...
Yeah. And then you have the Tome. Channel Storm is pretty good. You can use Ancano here.
I kind of like the Ancano play. It uses the full of your Magicka. Alright, goes with the Phalanx channeled. I liked the idea that your channeled Storm was going to have Breakthrough later.
Mm-hmm. It's a bit more pressure. So yeah, Maximality is definitely struggling here. Deep Blue has all the great cards in place. So now Ancano comes down, kills the Grey Viper.
Splitting lanes. We know that he doesn't run Dawn's Wrath, but it plays around Manticora.
Well, this Tribunal is really an aggro deck, huh? Manticora kills some. But yeah, I would just ignore that and High King Emmerich face.
Well, I think it's you got to get your wilds.
So nice, yeah, and keeping the face damage in hand is also great. Oh my god, Archcannon Sayoni, such a strong card. Usually it seems it will always just be pulled from Laneth, but yeah, sometimes he comes to your hand just by himself and does not have to be summoned by a sorceress.
One Magicka shy of the Ancano Harpy Rapid Shot play. Rapid Cradle Crush Harpy?
Just Ancano and Harpy. It's not too bad. Kill the Atronach, shackle the Wild Incarnate, and push 6 damage, but it's still a tough. He can't really raise this. On the other hand, he can also play Mighty Conjuring.
This is the route I liked. Just getting some damage on it. Multiple creatures. Ironically, if Deep Blue feels really face happy, he can negate his own wilds to send it face.
Yeah, I mean, Elfique Conjurer is a great pickup here. Getting that. You're also getting a warded creature, which is nice. And then...
Nice, especially considering your opponent's played, what, 2 Javelins? Yeah, they've already played 2 of their Javs.
Yeah, and the Edict... no, there was no Edict. That was the other way around.
Might be time to Bruma Mighty Conjuring. Bruma just to start getting that health back, and then you could play a Guildsworn Apprentice as well, just to have an extra guard.
Maximality is a bit...
Cloud
Rest? Have the Rage. Like, Crusader's Assault Rage would have been really...
It would have been quite nice.
Yeah.
Part of Tribunal's deck plan is they just prevent you from drawing the cards you need. You're just not allowed to draw the cards you need to win the game. It's in the small text.
So yeah, Bruma, setting up Bruma would be good.
Well, it means there's going to be a slight ordering order, because he could be at 1 more health than he's at.
Yeah. We will see if that is... So, Deep Blue is able to shoot for 4 with a ward. Can also Sayoni and Tome, maybe?
6, 10, 12. So, if he Sarionis and gets the +1/+1, uses negation to clear the Lava Atronach, then we've got 8 + 4, that's 12. Not quite enough. I was wondering if there was like a way he could try to get lethal over that, but I don't think so.
Yeah, so 12? So there's no breakthrough for him.
So do you just trade to clear board then?
Yeah. Clears that. It's there. Now that Bruma will be annoying. Will become annoying.
Yeah.
Ancano clears the 7-5, probably. It's also able to shackle something again, or... Yeah, shackled.
Shackle the ward, make him trade a guard off.
Yeah, so this is now definitely stabilizing with... And Deep Blue is a bit with a clunkier hand, but he has played...
It might be time to play Thaydon. Just play Thaydon and Shadow.
No. What's the Ancano? Goes face again.
Your coin or your life. Choose.
The tribunal will always count to the people's aid. Behold the
Exalts everything. To bring it more out of rage and...
Yep.
Yeah, the drain is not that relevant, but yeah, it's nice to set your opponent to 11 health.
Yep, and the extra little health there prevents the Crusader's Assault from getting the breakthrough draw, so worst case scenario, you're giving away one card for one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this looks tough for Maximality. Channeled Storm is able to clear.
Gonna be able to do 4, assuming Bruma goes face. So not quite enough to get rid of the Grey Viper.
Yeah, so probably, but yeah, still Alfie Conjure, and then Channeled Storm. Is that enough?
Maybe clear Archcannon? Well, if Alfie Conjurer goes field, it blocks the 6.
Well, actually, Maximality is probably staying alive. Like a guard will...
Yeah.
He will heal some more. And he's able to remove one card, but yeah, next turn will be tough. And Deep Blue has some good cards left with Emperor's Blade and Golem Initiate.
Yep.
And then Ancano will probably just die, or he will die. Yes, that...
He's still alive. I guess he's just going for the more clear control. Alright, so you stick to what you know, and what you know is control.
So 1 off. No, 2 off. 2 off for Deep Blue here. No extra damage. There is no way to trigger the Daggerful Mage. That could be the extra 2 damage, which sometimes is a relevant lethal, actually. We had that happen in one of the tournaments.
Oh.
Also, yes, where the person threatening lethal was at 4 health and didn't skip the last rune with getting a tome from the Daggerfall, and then light.
They got a lightning bolt.
Killed them.
Ouch.
So that was. So yeah, not often these technical plays will give you a win, but sometimes they do, and it might just be in a tournament where it's super important.
Yep.
So this is lethal
Deep
now.
Blue takes it.
And he can skip the rune, so Maximality is conceding.
Very well played for the Tribunal. He's gonna take the win on that.